Hey guys, welcome back to Father and Son Investing. Today I'm going to be talking about something different on this channel because I have something exciting happening at my place. Well, okay, it's exciting to me. That is, I'm currently refinancing my mortgage, going from 6.75%, ouch, to 4.675%. Of course, it's going from a 30-year to a 15-year, but I'm dropping my interest rate by more than 2%. So that's exciting to me. I hope something like that, if it happened to you, would be exciting to you. In today's video, we'll talk about whether it makes sense for you to be refinancing right now. I'll give you at least 5 things that you should think about when it comes to refinancing. In the next video, I'm going to tell you one thing that you definitely don't want to forget if you're thinking about refinancing. So let's get started. Now, before I get to those 5 things, for a large percentage of you, this is not going to make sense at all for you to be refinancing. Why is that? Well, according to this article at Realtor.com, 21.6% of households as of the second quarter of 2024 have an interest rate below 3%. If you are one of them, thumbs up to you. However, there may be some of you who are trying to move and don't feel like you can because of that interest rate. An additional 34.6% have an interest rate between 3 and 4%. Again, thumbs up to you if you had that. Now, there will be at least 25% of you out there who have an interest rate that's greater than 5%. 15.8% of you are greater than 6%. So for at least 25% of you, and some of you in this 18.4% between 4 and 5% interest rate on your mortgage, this may apply to you. So pay attention to these 5 reasons. Now, I'll tell you that I actually first made this video last Friday, but something interesting happened last Friday in the mortgage market. Time to remake this video before I put it out. I was going to be talking about how interest rates have been falling, and you can see this blue line here, how much interest rates have been falling over the last few months. However, something interesting happened in the mortgage market last Friday, October 4th. There was this giant spike here. Just how much was that spike? Well, it was approximately 27 basis points on average for a 30-year fixed loan. So point number 1 as to whether it's a good time for you to be refinancing your mortgage is whether interest rates are falling. Really, they've kind of been sneaking up ever since the Fed cut their rate. That has to do with the 10-year Treasury note and what's happening there. We're not going to go into detail on that, but the 10-year Treasury note yield has been on the way up as well. However, as I'll show you in video number 2, just because the average has now gone up to about 6.5% does not mean that you can't find something significantly better than that. Reason number 2 would be whether you might be in an adjustable rate mortgage, commonly known as an ARM. What is that? Well, when interest rates are going higher, as I showed you on that previous graph, oftentimes people can get a better rate if they're willing to take an adjustable rate mortgage. A popular one is the 5-1, meaning for 5 years you have a fixed rate, and then that rate can reset annually after that. So if you have an ARM mortgage and you see a rate that is better or something similar to the rate that you're already getting, it may be worth it to you to go ahead and change that into a fixed rate mortgage. Reason number 3 might be that perhaps your credit score has just improved since you initially took out your mortgage. According to this article here at businessinsider.com, you can see that there is not a huge difference, but a difference in the rates that one can get depending on their FICO score. 620 to 639 gets you 6.62%, versus if you have 760 to 850 gets you 6.595%. Again, pay attention to video number 2 because I think that it's possible to do even better than what this article is saying, depending on your credit score. All right, reason number 4 and reason number 5 are not necessarily strategies that I would advocate, but for some people at a given time, it may be an appropriate thing to do. Reason number 4, you may want to lengthen out the loan term. What am I talking about? You may have a 30-year loan and perhaps you've been paying on it for 10 years. You may want to go ahead and refinance that loan. Why? Because you'll end up with a lower payment, at least you should. So if you're feeling cash strapped and you need money to fit into your budget, this may be a good strategy to do that. However, you need to realize that, of course, you are now lengthening the terms on that loan, meaning you're going to be paying extra, another 10 years extra in the example that I have given, and you'll be paying more interest. If that's important to you, then this might not be a great strategy. But again, if you're feeling cash strapped, that's one way to improve your monthly budget. All right, the last reason that I want to give for thinking about refinancing right now would be perhaps you want to take some cash out of your home. If you have a $300,000 home and you've managed to pay that down to $200,000, you have some equity in there that potentially you can tap. Now, I don't advocate doing this if you just want to buy a boat or go on a nice vacation. But say you've been wanting to do some remodeling on that house and it might actually improve the value of your house. Well, then it might make sense to refinance, take some cash out of that equity, use that to remodel your home, enjoy your home more, and potentially improve the value of your home. Another reason potentially to do this would be if you have a lot of high interest debt like credit card debt. You could take some of the cash out of your home, use it to pay off that high credit card debt, and bring the rate down to whatever your mortgage is. Or perhaps, again, you just need to stay afloat. You're feeling cash strapped. This would be one way of trying to do that, to get some cash to help you manage your finances for a short period of time. Keep in mind that to do this could involve some significant fees. There is another way of taking cash out of your loan, and that is called a HELOC, home equity line of credit. Realize that those fees might not be involved, but you could end up paying a higher interest rate on that HELOC. All right, for me and my wife, it was a no-brainer decision to go from 6.75% down to 4.625%. As I mentioned, we're going from a 30-year to a 15-year loan. Our payment will actually go up each month, but one of the important things for us is the amount of interest that we pay overall. All right, in the next video, I'll show you how I got this great rate on a mortgage, and we'll talk about one thing that you really do not want to forget if you're looking to refinance. Until next time, enjoy your investing and your home refinancing.